My name is Jared Maurice Adams. I am a recent graduate from Loyola Law School in Chicago. Right now I'm studying for the New York, New Jersey bar. Pretty much, I am not your atypical law student. I made it to law school when I was turning 31. I had a difficult road to get there. Before I was a law student, I was a wrongfully convicted person who was sentenced to serve 28 years in prison. I served close to 10 years in prison before the Wisconsin Innocence Project came, litigated my case, and my conviction was overturned on a habeas petition in the Seventh Circuit. I had in my background like construction, so my father and stuff like that. So I more than likely would have been in construction. What really started me on this path was this. I recognized and realized, first and foremost, like I didn't do it. I wasn't guilty, but I realized that my experience with the law was just law and order, and that's not the way it plays out in a courtroom. So there are a lot of things that were a factor in my wrongful conviction. And one of the things was we didn't have the resources at all to afford an adequate defense. And what I saw in prison pales in comparison to the wrinkles and creases of anguish that I saw on my mother's forehead every time that she would come and see me. So having looked at that for 10 years waiting on appeals, it inspired me to go and get a law degree to be able to bring a different aspect to the clients, to the courtroom, to the judges, and hopefully prevent those same wrinkles and creases of anguish from ever being on someone else's forehead because they can't afford their son or daughter an adequate defense. Well, I'm adding an amazing chapter to my life story, if it's that. I actually have a dual fellowship. It's an unfunded position, but it gives me the opportunity to work with a judge in the Seventh Circuit, the same circuit that overturned my conviction. And I do 6 months in the Seventh Circuit, then I go on to do 6 months in the Southern District of New York. That's an opportunity to be under the arms of a judge, learning how to write, learning how to articulate to them the points and the way in which they want to see it. What that does is this, that allows me to go and get that training to be the best to represent the clients that I represent. And those clients will be indigent clients, clients who can't afford a defense. But it just so happens that, I am taking this next year to go and get the training to provide them with one of the best of the best. Okay. Well, the funny thing is I learned about ACS on my way out of Loyola through Megan Paulus, who's a staff member and runs the Chicago chapter. Just think about it. I came home on a federal habeas corpus petition, and basically what that is challenge of the state by way of a federal vehicle to say my constitutional rights were violated by not being provided an adequate defense. My conviction was overturned because my lawyer was ineffective and I didn't get an adequate defense. That revolves around the Constitution. The Constitution and the amendments, in my opinion, are a living and breathing document. Each and every opinion changes it, and it is interpreted differently with every case that is decided. When you have something like that, you have hope that the injustices in the world can always be changed because the Constitution, the words remain the same, but the decisions make it interpreted differently. A lot of students come into law school and they have dreams of working at the big firms and stuff like that. There are only so many big firms, and if you don't basically get a 4.0 or know someone or something like that, you don't have the opportunity to summer with them and to get into the door. ACS offers you the opportunity to network with the big law firms at events like this, and you never know when you're going to be in a networking event and meet someone that's going to help you become someone. So the opportunities are there. You don't have many opportunities when you're just sending in a resume on paper and stuff, and people are deciding that way. But when you come to ACS and you come to the events, you have the opportunity to shake hands and to speak with the people who can definitely help you in your career. Absolutely. My law school experience was so different. I had to work full time, and just to get through school. So if I can help another student who doesn't have to work, and I can help them get involved with a organization. I mean, listen, I'm not making this up. ACS is definitely a place where students should get involved at. You have the opportunity to meet a lot of people who can help. The staff, wants to help. They find joy in your victories. So, I will definitely be involved, because Chicago and Loyola, where I graduated from, the students don't know much about it. So I go back this fall, and I'm an adjunct professor, and while I'm there, I am going to spread the word about how amazing this organization is, and just how far-reaching they are in different states. I think we've pretty much covered it. Again, this isn't made up or anything like that. I'm not reading from a script. I'm being completely honest with you. Becoming a lawyer is more than just suit, coats, and ties, and being able to bring in big salaries. You have the opportunity to affect someone's life for the rest of their life. And once school and stuff is over, you really want to be a part of a world that gives you the opportunity to do, and leave your mark on this world. That's really how I feel. I feel like, everyone has their time on this earth. So why not become a part of something that leaves their mark on this earth?